Welcome to the campaign kickoff for Susan Matous.
We would like to welcome all of you who are so excited that you are here. Thank you again for coming. We want to just point out a couple of housekeeping items. Please make sure that you sign in so that we know that you were here and we all can thank you appropriately for supporting our Susan. And we also have shirts. The shirts are available for a donation, correct?
Yes, $30.
$30 donation. You can take your shirt with you today and you can have the exclusive Susan Matous.
You do have to purchase it through a link after, so we'll get that to you if you want a picture.
Got to keep everything appropriate, right?
So I'm Michelle Lewis-Watts. I'm the proprietor of Shop Idlewild. I met Susan very shortly after I started coming up here, just a short 6 years ago. Unlike my counterpart here.
Wish I didn't say my name. For those of you who don't know, I'm Coco. Also Nicolina Stubbs, and I have been blessed with being able to open Black Eating Brews here at Morton's Motel, thanks to Blair and Susan. And I will say that having known her for a very long time, I call her my Idlewild bestie, but more than that, there's not a person that I would support more because she does so much for everyone and so much for this community. And I'm so happy that she has decided to serve our community because I have 100% faith that she will serve it amazingly well. So thank you all for being here to support her.
So very quickly, I know when I first moved here, they were really helpful. Well, not moved here. When I first started coming here, Susan was very helpful. I'm sure some of you also have stories about Susan being very helpful to you or serving you. Does anyone want to take a moment to share a quick story about how Susan has helped you or served you?
And no pressure.
Oh, Ms. McClure.
Hello, I'm Linda McClure, and Susan is super special to me. She's an angel sent to Idlewild along with Blair to recover, restore, and just make it better. And Susan, I appreciate you recording all the meetings on Facebook. That has been phenomenal for those who don't do Zoom. And you've been consistent with it for a long time. So I want to thank you for that. And you have a very sweet personality, and you will serve the community fantastic.
Anyone else? Oh, Marquita?
Yeah, so I'd just like to second first of all what you said about recording the meetings because it's really helpful, because otherwise, you're the summer person that comes up here for 2 months. First month you get your house together. Second month, like 2 meetings, and then you're gone, and then you start back. And then you don't really understand what's going on politically around here, which is so important for us now at this particular time, And Susan, I think of Susan as one of the linchpins to the team. I can think of it now as Team Idlewild because, first of all, many of us, are a part of that. But things that have been happening in the past year or two have really started to bear fruit, spread the word about Idlewild and really, I mean, as an old timer, I've been coming up here since I was 6 months old, I'm told you. And so, I mean, Susan wasn't there to document that, but other but you know now. And so, you worry about your town, because now when you start saying, well, I'm third and fourth generation and blah, blah, okay, but so what's next? And so I think it's just really great to see Team Idlewild really taking it on and making it happen, and it's just, and so I'm really glad to see Susan if you're going to become an official part of it. I want to know who's going to document now.
All right, so one last thing before we turn it over to Kurt. As you see, everything today has been about orange. Orange is one of Susan's colors. Sorry.
Miss Matous.
see if I need to be. I'm sorry. You know, she's just there for me, and that's it. And I really appreciate it, and I love her.
Last one.
Hi, I'm Beulah Guyton, and I just wanted to share something personal regarding Susan. My house burned in 2. She stood there with me in the cold. She stayed there into the night. It felt like hours. And I was in shock. And home called me. She offered to give me a place to stay, to give me food. And I just thank her. I want to publicly thank her. She doesn't only have a good heart, she's also very talented and very skilled.
Yes.
And I just love the girl. Love the girl.
Okay, so we gotta give Susan a little time for we can save the stories for the other side. We'll give you an opportunity, I promise, to tell your stories. We want to give her a chance to recover because she does have some she has some remarks she wants to give. But Susan's color is orange, and many of you might know that orange is a symbol of happiness and positivity. It is a symbol of progressiveness, and so that is what Susan is, right? And many more of those things. So we want to give her a chance to speak, but before that, we're going to have our brand new township supervisor. Give some remarks and officially introduce Susan.
All right, well, that's a tough time to follow. I don't have any heartbreaking stories, but I would like to say a little bit about public service. Now that I am a public servant, it is a very, very difficult job, but it's also extremely rewarding. You can solve problems, you can do things for people that need to be done. It brings a lot of joy to you. So it's an important job. It's one that sometimes can be thankless, but I don't think there's a better person with her intellect, her just the emotion. I mean, she lays it all right out there. She is going to be a great public servant. So without delay, I'd like to introduce Susan.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to read because I'm very emotional. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today for my campaign kickoff. It's really a distinct honor and privilege. Y'all just jump into these. Okay. It's a distinct honor and privilege to run for the seat for Yates Township Trustee. I want to take a little time to thank my amazing team of supporters for organizing this event. Team Coco and Michelle that really pulled this together, and we have Claudia and got Mommy Denise and Tracy and Joyce and Kurt and Blair and there was somebody else. Xavier. Thank you all for helping me put this together. Okay, so as some of you may know, I'm a teacher to my core, even though that's not the job that I do right now. And I do love a bit of audience participation, even though they beat me to it. So, if you have ever received a text or call about Yates Township activities or community information from me, please raise your hand. If you have ever found one of my Idlewild 100 or Yates People for Progress posts helpful, please raise your hand. If you have ever watched the live stream or viewed the Yates Township meeting via Yates People for Progress that I record and archive, please raise your hand. Okay. Thank you for your participation. You all get stars. Okay. So these are some of the activities that brought me here before you today. And to be honest, Kurt stepping up and running and getting to be our supervisor was another impetus for I want to work with amazing people. Okay, and our other our wonderful board members on the Township Board, Sean and Barbara, and Mike's leaving, and but all of them too. I want to work with them. Okay, so over the past 4 years in Yates Township to build collaborative relationships for the improvement of Yates. So I'm originally from Detroit, and I was introduced resident as I took on the mantle of managing the Morton's Motel and running it from my Idlewild family. There was a group of folks, Denise and Freddie being 2 and Judith being a few of them who helped hand that off over to us. Then in 2020, when the world shut down and Blair and I were looking around and asking what we wanted to do at this place in time, we decided, we wanted to come up here and invest all of our energy into working and building with our community members here. So a little bit about my professional background. I worked in education for about 15 plus years in some form, from teaching the little ones to creating programs for children who were outside of the educational mainstream. Since 2015, I have been focused on entrepreneurship and hospitality, tourism, marketing, and a few other hats that you all know, that have been based here in Idlewild in Yates Township, as well as community volunteer work, from coordinating community activities with my fellow community members, like the block party with Red Rooster that we've done before, and so many other things. Supporting local community members in their projects, and I've been an active citizen participant in Yates Township government. So my experience has provided me with, I feel, a unique perspective for local governance. I've learned a lot about Yates Township's strengths and opportunities over these past 4 years. I'm also willing and have begun to train and prepare for the roles and responsibilities of Township Trustee. It's going to be my goal to work in the spirit of community, collaboration, and commitment to best serve the Yates Township citizens. I will work cooperatively with other elected officials with integrity to make informed decisions guided by rules of governance and best practices. I'm running to serve as Township Trustee to support the other board members, other township bodies, and our citizens to create a Yates Township that is healthy and welcoming, that thrives socially and economically, and that is governed at a high level. So, thank you all, and I look forward to continue to serving our sacred and beloved community.
Everyone says, how do I help Susan? How do I help Susan? We need Susan in there. How do we help? I would just like to remind all of you that many of us have changed our voter status and that we vote here in Yates Township so that we can do exactly that, so that we can support the leaders that we need to have and the leaders that we know are going to lead us where we need to be. So I would just like to ask everyone to please consider the best way that you can help her is if you're able to switch your vote, and we can help you do it. Please vote in this area. It's so important to be able to vote somewhere where elections are won or lost by just a few people. Right. Your one vote could make or break, right? Right? It just doesn't happen that way in the big cities, right? Your vote doesn't mean what it means here. It's priceless here. Yes. Okay? That's all I have to say. Michelle.
All right, so just a couple of, so one, if you are making a donation for your t-shirt, we'll meet you at the back to get your t-shirt. Susan will be in the parade tomorrow. So if you make your donation and get your t-shirt, you're welcome to walk in the parade with her tomorrow. And we'll continue to serve sherbet and vanilla ice cream. So help yourself to all the goodies that we have here. And then we know people had a few more stories they wanted to tell. So for that, Susan, we'll do that right after Susan.
Okay, so I will, this was more of a social gathering, just kind of a fun kickoff. We are planning to have a couple more events in preparation for the August 6th primary election. A lot of folks are voting absentee, and we really appreciate that. One of the things that I ask you guys too is if you can't vote here, if you've already voted here, would you please just spread the good word of what we hope to accomplish if I make the trustees? When? So, and then some people are saying, well, Susan, people are already voting. But guess what? If you already did your absentee ballot, there is a process by which you have a right to go and spoil ballot and resubmit. So if somebody changes their mind because they get to hear they like the sherbet or they like what I'm saying, they have the opportunity to do that. So, it's not a done deal, so we can do that. So, what else? Oh, Yates people not Yates people, wrong hat. You can go to SusanForYates.org to check out more information on me. We'll be updating that website. You can make a donation via check to Susan Matous for Yates. Or if you want to do it online, I cannot accept cash or cash up or anything like that. It's against the rules. But there is an Act Blue account that you can go on, and I can give you that link where you can do that if you want to do it electronically. And then, just your love and support and prayers mean the world to me. So thank you very much. Okay, we have a question.
Yard signs, how can we get yard signs?
Yard signs are available here today. Now you can see the shelf or a yard sign or a t-shirt. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Can I just add what Coco said about the voting? And I want to give kudos to her to help since we met, Coco and I met in Detroit. I changed my voting residency to here. But for people that don't know, you may already know, you can change it back. So it's really, if you vote, if you have to vote in Detroit for, say, city council or something, you don't want to miss that, you can go back and forth. But I'm going to keep mine here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as long as you have property and you are a resident of the community, you have the right to vote in that community. Yeah.
Can I say something? I had the opportunity the other day to go ahead and vote. And I realized that there were 4 people, according to the registrar person, she said there were 4 people. I was the 4th one who had voted. That was Monday.
Oh, wow.
And so you could just go, into the office there and vote. And she puts that all together for you right there. So I'm just saying that I was surprised only 4 had voted so far. And I was also surprised that it was so easy.
Yeah, so right now it's the absentee ballot window, right? So you can go in, see the clerk, and submit an absentee ballot that will then be processed on the day. Yeah, I have that. Okay?
I think Ms. Tyus had a story she wanted to tell earlier.
I don't have a story, I just wanted to say, if you know Susan, to know her is to love her and to trust her. She's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate all of you, I really do. Thank you so much.